Savannah rapper Quando Rondo
is in the hospital tonight after being attacked in federal prison.
With rappers either losing their lives or ending up behind bars, O-Block seems to be losing its influence in the rap community. Quando Rondo may have mocked Lil Durk for being taken out of the game, but his own freedom is now slipping away as well. In just a few days, he's set to face the same fate. Stay tuned until the end of the video to get all the details about what's really happening to Quando Rondo's in prison. You won't want to miss this. On December 12, 2024, Quando Rondo received an early Christmas gift, but not the kind anyone would wish for. The rapper was sentenced to 33 months in prison for conspiracy to possess and distribute marijuana. Originally facing up to 5 years behind bars, he managed to reduce his sentence by striking a plea deal with the Department of Justice about 6 months ago. By pleading guilty to the marijuana charge while dropping other drug-related offenses, he was able to negotiate a lesser punishment. His federal case, which had been ongoing for a year, finally came to a close when Judge R. Stan Baker handed down the verdict. Knowing that taking the case to trial could have made things far worse, potentially involving expert witnesses and additional legal complications, Quando Rondo chose to cut his losses and accept the deal. Specializing in criminal street gangs and drug distribution, the rapper couldn't afford to take the risk of going to trial. A conviction would have meant a longer and harsher sentence. Fortunately for Quando Rondo, his lawyers were strategic enough to persuade him to accept the plea deal, effectively reducing his potential time behind bars. Even after the rapper agreed to the deal, Southern District Attorney Bradley Thompson pushed for a tougher sentence. He requested that the judge give Quando Rondo 37 months in prison, along with a $50,000 fine, arguing that such a punishment would encourage him to leave street life behind and serve as an example for young people looking up to him. During the sentencing, Attorney Thompson referenced Lil Durk's situation. Durk had pled not guilty to charges against him, which included allegations of orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot targeting Quando Rondo. However, fate took a different turn, and another individual ended up being the victim instead. The attorney brought up Durk's name in connection with Quando's case, citing the lyrics from Rondo's recent track Life Goes On, the song dedicated to his close friend Sava Robinson, who was tragically killed in a shooting. Featured a video where Quando Rondo released blue and white balloons into the sky. Attorney Thompson argued that the balloons symbolize the colors of a street gang, further linking the case to ongoing gang-related violence. The alleged murder-for-hire plot, which authorities claim was masterminded by Lil Durk, had been intended to take Quando Rondo's life. Quando Rondo's alleged involvement in the death of Lil Durk's close friend, King Von, played a key role in the prosecution's argument. Attorney Bradley Thompson acknowledged that the balloons released in the Life Goes On music video were meant as a tribute to Quando's fallen friend. However, he also expressed concerns that the rapper might still be affiliated with a street gang, warning that continued involvement could lead to further legal troubles. In response, Quando Rondo's defense attorney, Tom Withers, pushed for a reduced sentence of 24 months rather than the 37 months proposed by the prosecution. He argued that the case had unique circumstances, particularly given the evolving legal landscape surrounding marijuana charges for young offenders. Withers also emphasized that Quando Rondo had fully distanced himself from gang life. He explained that the rapper initially joined the gang due to his troubled upbringing in the foster care system, where he faced numerous hardships and sought a sense of security. However, Withers assured the court that Quando Rondo had come to understand the dangers of that lifestyle and was committed to leaving it behind for good. As both sides debated the appropriate sentence, 37 months requested by the prosecution versus 24 months proposed by the defense, the judge ultimately settled on a middle ground. With a decisive strike of the gavel, he handed down A. The judge ultimately sentenced Quando Rondo to 33 months in prison, a decision that he and his legal team accepted. By honoring the rapper's plea deal, the court reduced the prosecution's original request, but there were additional conditions attached to his sentencing. In addition to the 33-month prison term, Quando Rondo will be placed under 3 years of supervised release, along with a $40,000 fine, less than the $50,000 initially sought by the prosecution. His supervision will also include
I did the wrong thing, and I'm getting punished for it. So I want y'all to know that you actually get punished for doing wrong things. Just do the right thing.
During the court proceedings, Quando Rondo expressed deep remorse for his actions, apologizing for the stress he had caused his city and the people around him, especially his daughter. The rapper acknowledged his regrets, stating, "I want to give an apology to the city of Savannah and to all my loved ones." His heartfelt apology resonated with many, leading some to sympathize with him and hope for a lighter sentence. Quando Rondo also admitted,
Crazy as it sounds, that's enough time to really sit down, rehabilitate myself, come up with some better plans, come out and move forward with my family and friends.
Quando Rondo fully took responsibility for his actions during the court proceedings, which reinforced the prosecution's confidence in the plea deal they had offered him. With his words already speaking volumes, both the rapper and his attorney chose not to comment further. Outside the courthouse, Quando Rondo was seen embracing his friends and family after the sentencing. Throughout his life, Quando Rondo has faced numerous legal troubles, starting in his teenage years. He had been in juvenile detention multiple times and spent several months in county jail in 2017. It was after his release that he decided to pursue music full-time and became associated with the Atlanta and Savannah chapters of the Roland 60s, neighborhood Crips. His history of legal issues didn't stop there. On February 6, 2024, Quando Rondo was arrested again in connection to an incident from July 2023. He faced charges of driving under the influence of drugs and reckless driving after allegedly crashing into another vehicle and causing significant injuries. The man filed a civil lawsuit, claiming medical bills of around $8,000 as a result of the crash. Despite already serving time, Quando Rondo will go to trial for the charges in February 2025. Another legal issue occurred in 2019 when Quando Rondo and NBA YoungBoy were involved in a public altercation. A man who claimed to be their bodyguard and tour manager filed a lawsuit against the rappers, accusing them of assault, battery, and emotional distress. The lawsuit stemmed from an incident in December 2018 at a concert in Florence, South Carolina. The bodyguard alleged that the two rappers, along with their entourage, had been